Manchester United 3, Southampton 1. Amad'S night at Oldtrafford. Everything. Ahmad. That guy is becoming something else. He has won a lot of games for us. He equalized against Liverpool, scored the winning goal against Manchester City. Today with a hat trick. It's his night.
First of his career. He
Yeah,
has
he's
always come
confident.
close a couple of times while he was even in Sunderland, but first of his career. But
You know what
but
happened?
then again,
When Southampton scored, but I was like, here we go again. This was
no,
all
but
Kum said. Kum
South,
said Manchester United are the new Robin Hood in the Premier League. I was like, hey,
but Southampton would have easily gone 3-1, 4-1 up in the first half.
yeah, we used for 5.
Yeah, what's it called? Is it Kamaruddin guy? If he was clinical, and then the first couple of chances, the Onana's double save, and the save after the double save was even Onana made a good save. Also, the goal. I'm like, look, the first half was just terrible, to be honest. Like, I didn't know what was wrong, but I think, kudos to the coach, making those bold substitutions as early as he did, coming off the halftime, had to ask Kobe out. Obviously, he didn't have the legs, maybe still not so fresh and sharp following the last 2 games he had played because he's been burnt out, understandably, or that would be the excuse, but um, the performance in the first half, look, Southampton was bold. They were confident, better off on the ball, way better off than Manchester United on the ball. They were a threat every time they went forward. Manchester United was only able to muster that Garnacho chance in the first half. Apart from that, nothing really happened again. And one would imagine where is everything going to happen from? Like, who's going to sort of be the trigger to, lead the charge? And the second half, if you ask me, I think the three wingers thing, natural wingers, Anthony Ahmad on that right wing was very positive and very productive. If you ask me, Garnacho had a gimmick of a game. If you ask me, he didn't have an excellent game. Poor performances, was poor on the ball. I thought he forced a lot of things. He was a bit better in the second half, linked up well with
what
Xerxes.
was Anthony thinking when he made that miss? Like when he missed that ball, rather?
I didn't understand what was going on in his
Like
head.
what was going on in
I
his head?
thought, I
Why
thought,
did you why did you go to the ground? This is a tapping. Why are you going to the
I,
ground? Ha!
I somewhere I was thinking, did he think he wasn't going to get to the ball? Maybe somewhere at the back of his mind, he was thinking this ball is very fast. Maybe it was a pissy, ball in from Garnacho, and then he thought the best, chance he had, or the best way for him to have, converted the chance, the opportunity was maybe to slide in. At the end of the day, he became a defender. I think the commentator,
Yeah, the commentator said it.
John Champion, he said it. John Champion said, in a way, he has become that he can't help but say, what's it called, Anthony had become Southampton's defender. But then again, that sums up the game it was today. If you ask me, I think Manchester United sort of picked up themselves somewhere about the 75th minute. I think that was at the back of the Zexi and Koelia substitution. I think that was where the camp eventually came. Zexi, if you ask me, did a great job coming off, the bench. I think his hold off play, his link up, and then his progression of the ball was, if you ask me, excellent. He was able to link with both the right and the left wings. He brought his midfielders in. He brought Garnacho in. He
Sorry
brought
for,
Ahmad and Anthony
sorry for
in.
interrupting. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
Regarding sexy, is it my eyes or has that guy lost weight?
Probably it could be, because if you ask
Because
me,
he's
I
he's
want to.
becoming faster now. Like he's faster now
The
and very
demands,
very
obviously,
physical. So
obviously, obviously,
I don't know if the coach
obviously, the managers
decided to
demand.
like make him shed weight. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
I
asking.
would, I would, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I haven't seen anything around that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has lost, some weight, and maybe, gained more pace. Probably he's been worked and prepared that way, because obviously you understand the way the manager is demanding the team to press and pull back again, and the kind of player he is, who is a player who wants to spend most of his time somewhere in the middle of the park, linking up plays. So it means if he's going to function well and function effectively in this kind of system, he will need to lose weight, because he has to be mobile.
Yeah.
But kudos to him, if you ask me. And I think again, Koelia did Collier did an excellent job. He was calm, he was cool in the middle of the park, he had the legs, he ran where he needed to run, made I think 2 good tackles, one at the far right on the Japanese right winger of Southampton. At the end of the day, for me, it wasn't an excellent day in the office. Yes, the highlight of the event, Ahmad, I thought like he sprung into action within the last 10 minutes of the game. I thought again the whole idea of getting on Ericsson sort of like increased the level of creativity. So you had Ericsson to worry about, you had Bruno to worry about, you had Zexi to worry about, you had Garnacho and Ahmad to. So it was more like a front five, if you ask me, to worry about. And obviously against a Southampton side that has not been a confident side, probably obviously the worst side in the league throughout. Yeah, and so for me, this is not yes 3-1 full-time scoreline, but I wasn't happy what I saw, particularly in the first half. I wasn't happy entirely what I saw in the first half and about the first 15 minutes of the second half. I wasn't happy entirely with what I saw. Not until the Zexi Collier substitution where Ogat had to leave for Collier to come on. But then again, this is what we expected. Like the manager has been sounding, after the Arsenal game. This game is going to tell him the place these players are physically, mentally, and also, game-wise. I'm talking about how they approach the game. So it's another win, positive for us, because I was looking at the table. We were just 1 point and then, 8 points away from, the drop zone. And now, I think we're about like 11, 12 points away from the drop zone. Am I happy about where we are? Obviously not. As a Manchester United fan, obviously not happy about where we are. But we shouldn't be struggling games like this, and that's what we've been saying. This has been a problem since last season, if you ask me. We've been playing some decent football when we sort of like make the big boys, but then struggle to break down, the supposedly mid-table and smaller teams. It's been happening for over a calendar year now, and then it seems to be the case because up until today, we had lost 5 games under Ruben Amorim out of 12, and we're on our way to losing the 6th game, not until the whole, game sort of like took a different turn entirely. So it's just a decent game, if you ask me. I can't be overly excited. We're up against Brighton. I think we're away to Brighton.
No.
We are away. We're home again to Brighton. Oldtrafford hasn't been the best hunting ground for the team in the last in the last year or a year and a half now. So I'm not excited. And Brighton is a decent side. They've got pace in their legs. Like they have multiple ways to hurt you. They can hurt you from the middle of the park. They can hurt you from wide. They could go direct if Welbeck is there, and they could hurt you. So I'm still panicking. But I know there are signs. There are positives.
Final question. Sorry for interrupting. Final question. Manchester United have conceded 10 goals from corner kicks. What do you think needs to be done to the set piece coach? And what do you think needs to be done? 10 goals from corner kicks.
To be honest, right? There is the coaching, and then there is the players buying. I don't think it's the coaching because we are seeing every now and then since Ruben took over, every game during the warm-up, the 5-6 defenders are taken on a side and they prepare. You see them practically, warming up for corner kicks. They sort of like prepare themselves, refresh what they've learned in training for corner kicks, for set piece scenarios. It's sort of like mimicking scenarios, how they position, how they run back and go in. And so you see all those things every game, home and away. And then so it's one thing for coaches to do their job, and it's another thing to get the players buy-in, and then on the night for the players to be committed to, go into the duels and be willing to win these duels, But sadly, it wasn't to happen today. The ball took a bounce off Ogat's, back and then went in. But then again, it's from a set piece, like you have said, for the opt-in time. I don't know when this is going to stop. I don't even know when this started because like we used to be a decent size defending corner kicks,
Yeah, the problem before was not scoring from set pieces.
Not scoring from set pieces. So I really don't know.
Now they are not scoring and they are not defending it well.
Yes, so I really don't know where this came off, whatever. But whatever it is, I just want to believe that it's going to happen. I'm talking the positive side of things are going to turn, and it's only going to take a little more time. Like I really wanted to see today these guys. The first half, probably the first 70, 75 minutes of the game was rubbish. I think it was just basically the last 15, 20, obviously, plus the added time, the last 15, 20 minutes of the game, that I said, all right, I saw a team, because we were winning second and third balls. We controlled the pace of the game. Collier, for me, did an excellent job. Bruno tucked in, into the middle of the park and wasn't shy to go to the, to the goalkeeper and get the ball and progress the play. So that was what I needed to see. As a fan, to be honest, I wanted to see players who are willing to command the game. So first 75 minutes wasn't it, but the last 15 minutes, I could say it seemed like the Manchester United side we want to be watching every night, because there was the ball progression, there was the reverse gear to go and get stops and progress the ball again. We saw them very dynamic. We saw the goalkeeper kicking direct to the central forward. We saw the goalkeeper kicking wide. We saw the goalkeeper playing short passes. So basically, the last 15 minutes had a bit of everything we really wanted to see as a team. But then again, we're up against the Southampton side, which originally we shouldn't be struggling against, because my prediction actually was Manchester United 2-1 victory at the end of the day, because I thought, Southampton was going to score. So, yeah.
So, no, I'm just saying that it's time for us to go.
Oh, okay, yeah. So literally, good one for Ahmad. Kudos to him again. I think again his hard work, his persistence, his hunger has paid him again. Kudos to Eriksen and Zexi, Collier. They came on and they sort of changed the game. Anthony, to be honest, again, I know he's in match fit, he's in match sharp. I know he sort of lost the ball a couple of times and he was sort of like in a drag race with himself. But I think the last 7-10 minutes again, sort of picked up the game, and then he was making those extra diagonal runs and all that it eventually gave created the 1v1 opportunities for Ahmad versus the Southampton left back. Yeah, so at the end of the day, that became so. Kudos to all the guys. It's a team performance, if you ask me today, that led to the whole brilliance of Ahmad. But kudos to Ahmad, because the hunger was there, the fight was there, and I'm so very happy for Zexi, for him to have come back from where such a young guy. To be honest, he's got football in him. We can't deny that. But I think the question everybody was like his body language. Are we going to see another Anthony, or is it a case of another Anthony Martial, or another case of a Rashford? So I think this is. The fans, we've been there before. We've got like exciting players come on and then suddenly they become a shadow of themselves. So I think he's been able to bounce back from that, and he's had 2 games, the last 2 games, Arsenal game and even the Liverpool game. If you ask, also the cameo he had in the last couple of minutes, he came on, he did a good performance.
Sorry for interrupting, but we have to go. Thank you very much for joining.
Oh, thank you, Ahmad. Yeah, enjoy the victory. The games are coming thick and fast. Sunday again, we'll go against Brighton. So I just see how that pans out. I just hope we're able to. I know Brighton is going to score. We're going to concede, but I just hope we're going to be able to sort of like get the edge over Brighton at the end of the day.
All right, we hope so.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, Ahmad.